Greetings. I'm coming to you in honor of this upcoming full moon with a full moon message and a divine assignment. So, the full moon is a time of reflection. In this time of reflection, it's calling for us to be grateful. It's also time for us to look at ourselves and see where is there a divine calling for climax, closure, endings, letting go, giving up. And so this full moon is no exception. It's a time for us to first and foremost reflect and be grateful. Be grateful for those things that you've seen come to pass. Be grateful for life. Be grateful for the reality of God, the reality of the Most High. And then also accept those things that it's time to let go, allow to bring to a closure, release, allow yourself to find a shift and change in. There are a few divine assignments that I covered with my moon meditation group. However, I want to focus in on one in this message. That is, this is a time where there's so many dynamic things happening around us, in our own lives, in our communities, in our society. These dynamic things can invoke emotions and trigger attachments. And so one of the divine assignments that I'm given, or that I am articulating, I should say, is focus on bringing down the inflammation. Bringing down the inflammation. There's a inflamed type dynamic happening right now. We have so much going on politically. We have natural disasters happening. We have wars. There's so many different things happening. And even there's a war oftentimes within ourselves with the ego. The ego wants to be, or the ego makes us feel sad, worried, anxious, fearful, angry, resentful, all of these different things. So let us take this full moon time. Full moon comes in on October the 17th. The full moon phase is 3 days before the full moon, and 3 days after the full moon. So we're already in this full moon phase. During this full moon phase, let us focus on bringing down the inflammation. And we can experience inflammation 3 ways: in our spiritual body, emotional body, and physical body. In your spiritual body, you could find yourself having a struggle with allowing the reality of God. Have a struggle with letting go of the self, giving up the attachments that the self has with this world. That can be a struggle, and it can create inflammation because as we are attached to this world, we become susceptible to the emotions that are invoked by this world. Emotions of feelings of lack, feelings of sadness, fear, anxiety, anger, worry. And so sometimes we struggle with giving it all up and allowing the Creator to have its way, if you will. And maybe it's the trust. Maybe it's that we must increase our faith, our trust in the reality of God. Maybe it is that we need to get to know God, get to truly understand what this thing we call God is. And because of what God is, how does that play a role in our lives? Maybe that's the focus. But in our spiritual walk, bringing down the inflammation by staying in remembrance and gratitude of the reality of God. Really come into a space where you accept that the reality of God is the reality of life. It's the reality of this life force energy that created the worlds, that is eternal, It's infinite. It's omnipotent, And so bringing down the inflammation in the spiritual body is just that. It's increasing the faith, staying in that remembrance and staying in gratitude. Bringing down the inflammation in the emotional body, staying away from anger, being slow to take offense, slow to judge, moving away from sadness, moving away from resentment, all of these various emotions that keeps our bodies inflamed. And so moving away from those things and reaching towards happiness, joy, peace, reaching towards gladness, serenity, gratitude. And so I've challenged my members to spend this full moon period with a smile on your face. Doesn't have to be a big smile, just a gentle smile, softening up and keeping it cool. The mantra for this full moon period is cool down, cruise mode. Keep it cool, relax. Another challenge I gave them was to slow down. All drivers, I'm challenging them to drive in the slow lane, relax. Cool down, slow down. And then the physical body. I am proposing that we spend this full moon period drinking anti-inflammatory liquids like clean, good water with lemon and lime and cucumber in it, or juice and cucumber just by itself, juicing it and drinking the juice of the cucumber. Those are two very anti-inflammatory liquids. And so preparing that as gallons or however much needed so that you can drink it throughout the day. But drinking those things, bringing the inflammation down in the body. And so this is just a challenge for us to bring the inflammation down. Cool down. As everything may be on fire around you, like Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Cool down. There's always someone else in the room. Something else at play. Cool down. Release yourself from this life. Release yourself from this life. So this is the message I have for this full moon. I pray that it is resonant with you. I pray that you take it and you be obedient. If this was a word for you, I pray you not just be hearers of it, but doers of this word. Happy full moon. I am hosting a full moon sound bath this Friday at the garden. And I'm also hosting the full moon meditation Saturday evening online. If you're interested in either one of those, it's at the caption below. Like and share this video if you feel like it will be resonant with someone else. Peace and love.